You just got to be your thing.
Is there a new king of CityWalk dining?
Princess Bear here. We're at CityWalk today. I know that it's been a while, Universal. We have not forgot about you. There's been so much going on.
Yes.
But there's new things, and when new things pop up, so sure number one choice in foodie infotainment. Now remember, she's vegan. I'm not. Let's go walk the city and set some stuff on fire.
It's time to foodie and chill.
I heard the girl.
Here we have a beautiful piece of bread. It comes with a knife because they don't ever cut the bread all the way. I'm just leaving the bottom piece here, and I'm just gonna take a smidgen. Now this is a toasted bread, so it's not as like bouncy, but it'll be great for soup. That is the literal definition of sourdough bread. It gives very good bread. Such good bread that I would definitely be bragging about how good of the bread BigFire gives at CityWalk.
I'm back and I'm awkward, so let's do this. Yeah, I'm not. Okay. Princess didn't try the peach preserves, but it's kind of why I wanted the bread, to be honest with you. I wish there was vegan butter. You guys know my thoughts on that. I'm getting more orange than peach in the preserves, but I'm not mad about it. And the bread is excellent, like Princess said. I wish it was a little warm, but maybe we let it sit too long. It's probably on us. But get the bread, always check with your server and have them check with the chef to make sure the bread's vegan. The butter is not, peach preserves are, so good to go.
There isn't anything more unifying than a good table bread. We call this a foodie escalation. Whereas the Princess and Shelby will do plain and then preserves, I'm doing preserves and then the tiniest bit of this whipped herbed butter. I don't know why I keep rapping to an accent. I have no accent. So fake ones will have to do. Those preserves are as powerful as a mushroom power-up from the upcoming Super Mario World. Yes, I'm going to start plugging Epic Universe now because I'm seeing on the horizon, and that's going to be a lot of fun for both you and for all of us. But it's good bread. I love the crust of the sourdough. The preserves are great. The whipped butter is good in moderation, but combined I think is the best sort of way if you can eat that. If not, have at it. Either way, you're doing bread fine. I don't know why we've avoided BigFire for so long. That's a lie, I do. It's been my fault. The Princess has asked for years to come back to BigFire, and I've been like, I hum, and then I haw, then I hum some more, but we're back at the fire. I would give it 3.75 out of 5 points.
Crema Pinot Noir. I was in the mood for wine. I think pair nicely with my meal, and I think this will do it. Cheers. I didn't do it the official tasting way. It's a little tart for a red, very light, not too dry, like medium bodied. It's not bad. I would give it a 3 out of 5 adult grape juices.
Take the tiniest sip of the Princess's grape juice. It gives me some sort of potion, some sort of poison in here. Maybe it'll turn me green. I'll grow fur. I'll be that bear in the woods. Either way. It's a very ripe grape. Sharp. Medium bodied. It's got a nice flavor to it. But very, very tart, like ripe grape. But it's good. Would I order another glass? I'm not sure, but I think I agree with the Princess. It will pair nice with dinner. I would give it 3.5 out of 5 points. So here we have the Florida Sour. I figure I'd get something to give my current feeling on the state because I am sour. It feels like we're walking the surface of the sun every day. So I'm going to drink to the state in hopes that it may appease the Floridian man gods, and maybe it'll finally cool off like a degree or two. Spice rum, some purees, vanilla bean paste. That tastes like Florida with the sour. It's a decent drink. This could be a regular drink. Maybe for our next Universal bar crawl, it might be a bit. But it's on the list. 4 out of 5 plus.
I'm super excited for this asparagus soup, and when Shelby, Universal Orlando Vegans, tagged us on this soup and it came in a thermos, I thought somebody was sharing a home video for her. I did not realize that they actually do serve it to you in a thermos. They've got thermoses coming in and out of the kitchen constantly. It's a little weird, but hey, it's signature dining, so whatever's avant-garde, it gets you thinking, right? I mixed everything together. Let's see what this. I don't see any big asparagus pieces in here.
I don't think there is.
Oh, there's a little one. In the world's tiniest spoon. Cheers. Oh. It's like cream of asparagus if it wasn't creamy, but it's still giving you that same flavor. That's really interesting. Very thought-provoking, I would say. It's not too asparagus forward. It's not like pow in your face asparagus. It's very light. I like it. I'm gonna give it a 3.75 out of 5 soups. It's good soup.
I'm gonna dig for some asparagus as well. Oh, look. I found one really quickly by accident. Was it really hot? Still? Okay. Yeah, it does taste like cream of asparagus soup if it wasn't creamy. I can't really taste like the actual cream, whatever they put in it. I don't remember how to read the description, but it's very good. And we let it cool off, so it's not too hot. Didn't burn our faces off, which is good. I would order that again. And it is weird when they're very interesting. Or they're pouring them tables. So interesting. Very good though.
Asparagus soup. I've had a lot of interesting soups in my days. Asparagus soup has never really been high on the list. I'm aware that it exists, but I don't usually run into many opportunities to try asparagus soup. Now, serving vessel aside, I do sort of get that makes sort of sense in the sort of like mythos of BigFire. This restaurant is very much about the rustic feel. So you have your servers in like plaid and like jeans, and then you have like the half-finished boat in the ceiling. It's kind of like Universal's boat rides, but fancier. So giving it the thermos, it gives it that camping vibe. So you have some nice, I wouldn't call it creamy necessarily, but with it not being all that creamy, I feel like you need a bigger spoon because it's just like thin green liquid, like a boiling witch's brew.
Sampler.
You know? It's kind of a vibe. It's definitely got that asparagus, like, sort of like earthy sharpness to it. If you don't like asparagus, this soup is not going to change your mind. If you sort of the person that like likes asparagus, you'll eat it, slightly cook a little pepper and salt. This is definitely the soup for you. I think it's a nice appetizer, but I worry about the sort of like demographic of the day because not everybody's going to be on board for green soup. Your kids are probably not going to be on board for green soup. You just got to be your thing, or it's not your thing. It's one of those things. I would give it 3.5 out of 5 plus. Kids and adults, eat your veggies, preferably the green ones. There was a point as a child I would only eat vegetables shaped like trees. That's asparagus, cauliflower, broccoli, Brussels sprouts. If it doesn't look like a tree or a bush, I'm not eating it. I would not eat peas. I still hate peas, by the way. I don't like string beans. I didn't love, actually time I wouldn't eat carrots. I didn't like corn originally. I was a very weird child. But again, I used to put ketchup on white rice, so don't take my opinion for anything. But as I dig into these Brussels sprouts, I had to represent for you vegetarians. We never forget about you guys. So we got shishito peppers, probably not spicy, but we shall see, with roasted Russies and a little not fake cast iron skillet. Nice touch. I was worried with the color of the Russies that they wouldn't be roasted enough because they only have color on like one side. Roasty here, not roasty in the bottom. But they've actually got a nice bite to them, not all hard. The peppers are nice touch. You get like a peppery flavor, but they're not spicy. With shishito peppers, it's like 1 in 30 that's actually spicy. I doubt I'm going to find a spicy one in here, but I'll report back if I do. They're just okay Brussels sprouts. They'd probably be better as a side than an appetizer, I think. And even then, I feel like you're just missing something. The sauce really does nothing for them. But if you like them green and you like them roasted, it's an option. I give it 2.5 out of 5 bucks.
Here we have the beautiful cauliflower steak. It looks very different from the last time that we came here. I'm just going to take a little bit of this char action. That's very small, but with this farro and the corn. Oh my goodness. All right. Cheers. Wow. So it's a little spicier than I expected it to be, which I'm not mad at it. It definitely has more flavor than the last time that we came. Last time the cauliflower was not fully cooked all the way through. This one does taste like it's fully cooked. It's not hard, but it's like almost there. It's like barely fully cooked. So you do get a little bit of that crunch, but the spice really makes it. I like the farro, but it's the sauce that's under the farro that is the star of this dish. And I think the cauliflower is supposed to be the star. So I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5 cauliflower. It's nice. It's a really nice dish. I just don't know if the cauliflower is really the star of this dish. So it gets minus points for that.
All right, you guys ready for me to awkwardly try to get stuff on my fork again? Because that's what happens when I do it. Well, eating is a challenge for me in general. I don't know if I've told you guys that before. It's very awkward. It's not a fun thing to watch. I will say, I've never had this dish. I've never been to BigFire before today. The other two things, the soup and the other dish that we got me in the door. But I actually think this looks better. It definitely looks better than when you guys got this before. But it looks better than all the pictures I've seen of it. Usually it looks very raw. This actually does have a nice char on it. It's at least the edges are easy to cut. I don't know about the innards, but let me attempt to get some stuff on my fork. It's a struggle. Okay. Wow.
You got that kick.
I'm shocked. That has a lot of flavor. It's a little spicy. The farro is really good. The cauliflower, at least on the edge, is very cooked very well. This didn't get me in the door, but I think if I could guarantee that I could get this dish again exactly as is, I would eat this again. That's good. I'm shocked. Kind of blown away.
So the infamous cauliflower steak has returned. This has been a regular dish from the BigFire menu for some years. I'm glad it's looking like it fancied up, gussied up a little bit. It's got a nice color to it. Some of this bed of farro. You got some nice roasted tomatoes, some shishito peppers, a little bit of lemon. It's definitely looking like a full plate. It's looking like an entree. So I'm gonna entree into this food. So I'm gonna give a little cut. Cut's nice. Nice and roasted. I'm glad that they both roasted it and it held together. Cooking cauliflower steak, sometimes you'll get an issue where like it'll turn to mush. It's not that. So I'm happy for that piece. I'm losing farro over here. As the princess probably make fun of me again for using my knife as a chopstick. Woo! Feeling like a little bit of Ric Flair pre-allegations. Spice has got a kick. I have like 3.5 out of 10 on the spice scale, but it's spiced with flavor. And that's a surprise. I wasn't expecting the farro to add so much. The farro in the sauce add so much to cauliflower, but that feels like a complete, like that's like a forge display. It feels like somebody walking in the woods, with their suspenders on and their overalls and their big boots and the perfect hair because everybody in the woods has perfect hair on TV, and they forage for all this stuff, cook it over an open flame, and then serve it to you in a pot. That's BigFire, then you nailed it. Okay. I can be a hater. I can be a hater when things taste this good. This is something that I would actually order, and I think it's a win for vegans. I would give it 4.25 out of 5 points.
Are you sure you're not thinking about the Yord Horde?
It could be the Yord Horde. Yord Horde rise up. That and the Maze Bays. But either way, I stand by my rating.
This is an $8 side of potato. This is an ice cream scoop of potato. It is vegan, but it is an ice cream scoop. I think it should have been at least 2 scoops. I bet you I could get 2 scoops at Cold Stone for less than $8. But let's go ahead and just take a little bit of this Yukon golden potato. All right, at least it tastes amazing. You definitely want a double scoop of this. Maybe ask if they'll do a double scoop, because that is a very smooth, creamy, but not too creamy. It's got some nice chunks in it. It's just a very well executed potato. It just lets the potatoes sing. I love it. So 4.5 out of 5 potatoes.
We're super serious with our food, guys. Overheard. Finally, something that I won't struggle to get on my fork. Yay! I didn't have high hopes for these, but those are really good. I don't have any more words. Potatoes. They're creamy somehow. Some kind of magic. Some kind of magic happening in general here. I did not expect this at all from BigFire. Very good.
So we have a nice little bowl of potatoes. They're boiled, they're mashed, and they're not stuck in a stew, but we have potatoes. Now, Yukon Gold, I did have some doubts because obviously Yukon Gold is a kind of potato, but vegan potatoes come in varying qualities. These look nice, got a good color to them. The thickness is good. They're not runny, like somebody made them in water. They're nice and thick, but they don't feel like they're too thick. Just the right amount. That is deceptively good. Not only are they nice and thick and creamy without being of the cream, they are extremely well seasoned to where you would never question whether these are vegan or not. I think the sides here suffer from the steakhouse problem. You go to some steakhouse, sides are shareable. This isn't that sort of environment. Every side here so far looks like it's a personal portion and not a shareable portion. So if you're looking at the sides, you order it, expect it as a side for 1 and not 2. This would definitely be hard to share amongst 2 people, definitely on a table. But it's good, so order like crazy. 4.5 out of 5 plus.
Now we have a beautiful vegan sausage cassoulet with black-eyed peas and wild mushrooms.
There's actually black-eyed peas.
Very excited to see it. It looks like field roast sausage. I guess I'm gonna put it on this bread. We're just gonna do it old school style. This actually looks gorgeous. All of the things in here. You got the same herbs that you got in the asparagus soup. This is gonna be a really big bite, but you know what? I commit to my mistakes, and I like black-eyed peas, so cheers. That is fire. That is incredible. That is flavorful. That is giving me more than I expected. Last time I had a cassoulet was at Topolino's, and it was also a sausage. It was a Beyond sausage with the mushroom, and then they had a little crumble on top. It was about half the size of this and twice the price. I didn't like it. I actually actively avoided going to that restaurant because of how much I didn't like it, and I got some off-menu stuff. But this is actually something I would come here for. I enjoy it. I think it's very flavorful. It's giving you something unique and thought-provoking. It's hearty. It's comforting. I have no notes. I would give it a 5 out of 5. It's a Princess Cities item, and as a non-mushroom lover, I love this mushroom cassoulet.
All right. Well, after that raving review, I don't know what to expect. I mean, I do, but I don't. I'm not going to do the bread. I'll be here all day. And you guys don't want to watch that. Nor do Princess and Bear want to edit that out, so that is really good. I'm shocked that there's black eyed peas in this. We were just having a discussion about Patos across the way. They have a vegan jambalaya that you can get, and it usually ends up being only like squash, zucchini, and tomatoes. And I'm always like, where are the black eyed peas? There's actually black eyed peas in this, and I'm very happy about that. This is good. I actually think this is going to be an unpopular opinion. I think I like the cauliflower steak more. But like the spice that it has in that sauce, I'm feeling that more than I am this. This is very good though, and I would not be opposed to eating it again. It's still very good. Let's go. Take that for what it's worth. I never thought I'd say a cauliflower steak is my favorite dish, but here I am.
We have a bowl of beans. I kid. This is their vegan sausage cassoulet. This is probably one of the most well-looking, put-together vegan dishes we've seen at CityWalk in a while. CityWalk does definitely have tons of options for vegans, but something that looks like a complete, well-thought-out dish is rare. And I feel like BigFire is definitely stepping into those reins compared to things like Entrees or BigFire, even Bob Marley. Bob Marley has some good food.
You said BigFire.
BigFire. Patos. At O'Brien's, Bob Marley, Antojitos, even in the NBC Grill. Margaritaville, we're not going to talk about you because I have nothing nice to say. And Mom said if you have nothing nice to say, say it anyway. So I'm not going to listen to Mama Bear. I'm just not going to sing at all. So let's get to this cassoulet. Got the beans, you have the little torn pieces of vegan sausage. It's not crumbles. It looks like they literally shredded a vegan sausage. You have black eyed peas. You have lots of greens, which to me almost looks like swamp grass. But I'm gonna let that pass. I'm gonna try it because flavor is what matters here. In 6 years, we've been a lot of alt meat on this channel, and usually I can identify most alt meats by flavor because most of them are fairly unique. I know that's not impossible. I know that's not beyond that, pun intended. I really can't tell. It could be field roast. It could be, I think it's Gardein, but it's definitely not the most popular of the old meats. It mixes well with the seasonings, but it definitely still tastes that hinge of artificial, which I think is where it loses its edge against the cauliflower. Because the cauliflower dish feels like a more complete dish. And I hate to say it, I have to agree with Shelby from Universal Orlando Vegans that the cauliflower steak might be the better dish. This is a good flavor. But it just tastes like bean stew with some shredded vegan sausage in it. Your mileage may vary, and you will definitely be full after this, I think. But the better, more complete flavor profile, I think it definitely goes for the cauliflower. This isn't bad. I'm not saying it's terrible. I'm just saying that as far as the two options you have, it's taking second place. But I'm still giving it 3.75 out of 5 points. So here we have their grilled pork chop from the fire here at BigFire. A nice char on it. It is topped with some roasted onions, sitting on top of a bed of carrot puree and some sliced mushrooms. And then it's also topped and sort of melted with a nice whipped honey butter. So this is a very interesting array of flavors. Carrot, pork chop, butter. It's cooked. Chef recommendation, which is medium. You can get it however you like. They will ask you. But I went with chef's choice. They made it. I want to eat it how they want it. So we're just going to go all in with all of the flavors. And then I'm going to do it backwards and try it by itself. So let's get some of this dirt room on here. We'll get some of the carrot puree. Take a whole bite. Think of you in the woods. And I know I'm making a lot of in the woods analogies here. It's giving me that kind of vibe. And you have a band of merry men. Say they're led by Robin Hood. There's got to be a leader. Everybody else falls in a line. Pork chop is definitely the leader. Everybody else is falling behind that. Everything pairs well and has a complement to the pork chop. Carrot puree is good. It's like sweet, but not overly sweet. You got some savory, like earth flavors from the mushrooms. Fried onions are there for like a little bit of crunch and crisp. But the pork chop is definitely the star. I haven't even had a bite by itself yet. The pork chop by itself. That was an arrow. That gets shot in the taste buds in the best way. The skin, the char on the pork chop, it's like that perfect kind of char, where it's charred just enough to give it flavor but not burn it, and it just seals everything in. The pork is juicy, flavorful, punchy. I can eat 3 of these lined up and forget about everything else. And it's still got that fire, that smokiness the BigFire is known for. This is a new item and a wonderful dish. I think I'm gonna have a hard time saying no when the princess she wants to come in from now on. I give this a 4.75 out of 5 paws. This is probably one of the best meat-based signature dining style meals I've had at Universal.
How does it compare to Narcoossee's?
So we did go to Entrees recently, and I had a very, very good pork chop there. Narcoossee's is slightly better. Slightly better. This is definitely going to be like at 4.5 out of 5 paws, but I would take Entrees over this thing the other week. BigFire, little fire in me.
I think it is vastly improved over our last visit here, and I'm excited to go back again.
Yes, I know that it hasn't made our recommend list in a while. Now it is a definite recommend.
Big thank you to Shelby at Universal Orlando Vegans for asking us to come with her and sharing this experience with us. We always love being able to enjoy more food with friends.
Yes, know where there's always more Universal stuff coming. As always, if there's something you want us to do at Universal, otherwise the comments will always be the place to find us. Hit the notification bell if you want to see other videos like this, and
we have new videos 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
we'll see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment, well, Bear's not going to share this soup with you or me or anybody else.
No soup for you. But you heard the girl.